Morning and thanks for waking up with us. It is Monday, July 2nd. I'm Lauren Barnes.
I'm Joe Morano. Holiday time for a lot of people, right? We kept trying to figure out, and it's both holiday weekends. Everyone just takes the week off, right?
Yes. If we weren't sure that last weekend was the holiday weekend, it's definitely the holiday week.
Right. We can discuss that, no problem. Yeah. So we'll be here, though. We're going to be here for you guys all week long, and so is Beth Finello. She's in the weather lab with your forecast first on this Monday morning.
Yes, I am. Good morning. We're looking at really cloudy conditions right now. We did see a line of storms that came in and brought some rain through much of the Ozarks yesterday. We're going to see some more isolated storm chances, but mainly to the south and parts of Arkansas and southern Missouri, really. Right now in Springfield, temperatures around 72. Dew point, look at that, 69, humidity at 91%. That's how it is across much of the Ozarks. Temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s, 70 in Mountain Grove, 69 in Rolla, and 68 in Clinton. And dew points making it feel very muggy, very sticky out there. Really feels very soupy as you're walking out the door, and that's how it's going to stick around through the rest of the afternoon as well. Temperatures in terms of the next 12 hours are going to reach right around 90 degrees this afternoon, but heat index not like what we saw last week. Last week we saw heat indexes around the triple digits. Today we're not going to be seeing much of a heat index because of those clouds that we are going to see today. I'll have your full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Beth, we'll see you then. And some news from around America now. Many Americans, even though we've had a bit of a relief, heading into the 4th of July holiday are facing near record high temperatures. Hot and humid weather has swept over the East Coast, but in Iowa, torrential rain is responsible for the death of a man. CBS's Laura Podesta has those details.
People did everything they could to stay cool this weekend.
We've been in the swimming pool and going inside and watching movies.
We're at about 140 degrees on the asphalt right there, 140, yep.
In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, temperatures hit 96 degrees on Sunday. Fire Captain Aldo Morelli says even his crew needs to consider the heat this week.
Our gear does not breathe, so we tend to overheat even quicker.
Peak heat index of 96 in New York City, 95 in St. Louis, 104 is what it's going to feel like in Memphis, Tennessee.
In Vermont, people were out of luck at this Ace Hardware store. It sold out of air conditioners almost immediately.
We had 4 left at the beginning of the day today, and those were gone within the first hour.
Down in Georgia, one Atlanta church is holding a cooling drive, collecting fans to pass out to seniors in need. In Iowa, it wasn't heat, but heavy rains that created problems over the weekend. Oh, no! Flash flooding caused frightening drama at a hotel in Urbandale. This pool room quickly filled up with rainwater after a door broke. The flooding in Des Moines turned deadly when it killed a local sportscaster. 66-year-old Larry Kotler died after he was swept into a creek by the rushing water Saturday night. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Flooding is also being blamed for a gas explosion that destroyed a duplex in Iowa. Officials say it was caused by a gas leak after high waters put out the pilot light. No one was injured in that explosion.
You're right to know this morning, a former Stone County deputy and Reed Spring police officer was sentenced to 4 months in jail after he admitted to fatally striking a pedestrian with his car and then fleeing the scene. The Springfield News Leader says that 41-year-old Sean Boley was given shock time and probation in connection to a 2017 crash that killed a man in Springfield. He admitted to police he was either drunk or buzzed and was aware that he had hit something but didn't stop because he was scared. But because Boley wasn't contacted by police until the day after the crash, there's no physical evidence of intoxication. Prosecutors only charged him with leaving the scene of the accident, and prosecutors say Boley was also speeding and asked for 4 years behind bars. His attorney asked for probation, saying he had a green light when he crossed the intersection. Judge David Jones said since a death had occurred, he felt like some jail time was appropriate, though he thought Boley seemed remorseful. Jones is the same judge who granted probation for Dylan Meyer, who also pleaded guilty to driving drunk and causing a fatal crash in 2016. Meyer eventually was sentenced to prison after failing nearly a dozen drug tests.
And some more local news. 2 people met for the very first time in St. Louis yesterday under special circumstances. Springfield resident Beth Larson received a kidney donation from Scott Hopfinger. They met on the field of the Cardinals game to throw the first pitch together. Larson's first round out, she had a fast-acting kidney disease, and only had 50% kidney function a few years ago. They discovered she had good pasture disease. The treatment she needed interfered with her everyday life until she relieved a life-changing call a few days before her wedding.
It ended up being the call, but it was really cool because that's when I found out that it was an altruistic donor. So it was just somebody who wanted to donate.
Hopfinger, the donor you can see there, says he's glad his kidney went to Larson and encourages anyone who's thinking about becoming a donor to look into it.
It means so much to both the recipient and what I'm realizing now to also the donor, just to go through this experience and be able to share and to help. It's unreal.
The doctor who performed the transplant, Dr. Jason Wellen, says anybody can be an organ donor in case of an accident.
A transition in leadership is taking place at an organization in Springfield geared toward empowering the people of Nicaragua. After more than 20 years, Keith Jaspers, the founder and president of the Rainbow Network, is retiring. Before he started the Rainbow Network, he was a successful businessman with hotels in Branson and St. Louis, and says he used the financial prosperity from his businesses to pursue a higher calling by starting the Rainbow Network. That organization has helped feed, house, educate, and provide health care to 164 communities, while also serving nearly 60,000 people in Nicaragua.
We've had 1,000 families that were living in mud and stick huts, conditions that we wouldn't raise hogs in here in Missouri. And they're living like that, and we've moved them out of that into decent cement block homes with.
Jasper's last day at the Rainbow Network was on Friday, but he will still serve as an advisor. He also says he's looking forward to spending more time with his family during retirement.